Hello and welcome to Ziggy Air. Today we have an exciting flight for you. We are flying from Madison in Mississippi to Memphis, Tennessee. And what we're doing today is we're recreating one of the flights done by Pilots N Paws to rescue a dog and bring it from Mississippi to Tennessee. So we're going to talk about Pilots N Paws. I think it's a great organization, and we're going to show you what they do, what their network is in terms of their pilots and volunteers, and we'll do that on our flight to Tennessee. We'll be going from Madison here to Olive Branch Airport in Tennessee. All right, we're ready for takeoff. JC, are you ready for takeoff? All right, well, let's get going then. It's a bit of a crosswind here. All right. Positive rate, gear up. And let's set our initial cruising altitude to 8,000.
Jackson departure Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 is passing 900 feet, climbing 5,000 feet.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 1123 Jackson departure altimeter 30.04, continue as planned.
5,000. Set the autopilot, and we'll set just on that. And we'll go to nav mode. Nav mode engaged. All right, let's reduce our RPMs over here to make JC more comfortable. Bring them to 2,500. Let's check our temperature here. Outside temperature 70 degrees. Do we have heat? Check our lights. So we don't need taxi lights, we don't need landing lights. Let's go through our checklist before we do anything else. Just getting ahead of myself here. So let's take off. We did that. And let's go to climb, mixture to max power, propellers to 2700, throttle full open, cowl flaps as required, air conditioner as required, cabin heat as required, prop sync on. So let's do that. Let's check on the temperature here. 51. I think that's fine for now. We don't want it too hot. And prop sync is on. Looks good. everything looks good so far. Let's settle to our cruising altitude, and we'll talk a little bit more about Pilots N Paws and the organization and their rescue missions, and hopefully we can give you some good information about what they do and how you can get involved if you want to. It looks like we got some nice clear skies here. I think we're gonna be fine in terms of our trip here and keep JC comfortable. Let's look at that. A nice view of the aircraft, and like I said, we're in the Baron, and it's a black square Baron, which is a nice aircraft here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right. Doing great. We're capturing here on Control 2. It looks like, yeah, we are at almost 5,000 here. We're going to DOCAP. We're gonna be doing the straight in 36. Let's go to the procedures here, and well, we won't activate that, but that's part of our flight plan. Look at the waypoint information.
1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree, contact Memphis Center on 1 tree 2.5. Good day.
And 398. Let's look at their. I'm not sure if we can find the weather data here.
Memphis Center, Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112.
We'll check later on.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha
We have the definitely have the procedures. We'll do the localizer 36 once we get in there. All right.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree, contact Memphis Center on 1 tree 2.75. Good day.
All right, we'll settle on this flight level here.
Zulu Alpha 112 tree.
And why don't we just
Memphis Center, Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112
trim the
5,000
aircraft.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree, Memphis Center, altimeter tree 0.01. Continue as planned.
So it looks like 241. Look pretty good there. Yeah, we are good. And we'll just keep it there. 240.
Generic 2 Whiskey Tango climb and maintain
Yeah,
flight
240
level
is
190.
as much as we can get. Leave it there. Excellent.
Climb and maintain flight level 190.
Let's bring down, let's do another checklist here. And let's do the cruise checklist. We'll close our cow flaps. Oh, they were closed. So all right. Landing lights are off. Pitot heat. Let's look at pitot heat. At 4 centigrades. So that we don't need pitot heat at this point. We don't need the windshield heat. We don't need propeller heat. It's quite nice and warm outside. Surface light, we don't need that. Fuel imbalance. Let's look at that. We should be fine with that.
Memphis Center, Southwest 159.
We already leaned the mixture. We're going to propellers to 2500.
Memphis Center, continue to migrate as
Let's
planned.
go here. up to 2,500. That's good. Throttle is fully opened. Cabin heat. Let's, what do we got? 61 degrees, quite comfortable. We don't need air conditioner, we don't need cabin heat, and we'll monitor our engine performance. Great. JC, are you comfortable? All right. So, let's take a look at Pilots N Paws. So, we talked a little bit about Pilots N Paws, and like I said, Ziggy wanted me to look into it because as a organization that promotes rescuing dogs, and the fact that they are pilots, it seems like a great match here for Ziggy Air to kind of promote their organization in our channel and to encourage people to look into it if they want to be volunteers, they want to be pilot volunteers, and we'll look at their network of pilots and volunteers in a minute. But I just wanted to let you know that the Pilots N Paws was founded back in 2008. Was founded by animal lover Debbie Boyce and pilot John Wernberg. The idea first took flight when, well, no pun intended, when John agreed to help Debbie by flying a rescued Doberman from Florida to South Carolina. It was to save the dog's life. The trip was a successful, and the trip was a success, and the two brainstormed on how to rescue other animals. Spade and neuter campaigns in parts of the country were working, while in other parts, primarily in the South, and that's still the case today, pet overpopulation was still a huge problem. So recently we, Ziggy and I live here in the Northeast, and we, one of the local stations here that there were 100 kittens flown from Florida to the New England area to be distributed around the different shelters around New England. And so, you know, that was like, Ziggy was like, oh my God, that is, you know, we have to kind of look into that and how it happened, and, you know, the you know, who was involved. I'm not sure. I'm sure that Pilots N Paws were at some point involved in that, but I don't have that information. But if they were not involved, there were any other organization that was just like them, or we'll find out about that particular one. But the point is that there's overpopulation, and the Florida shelters could not handle that amount at that point, so there was a need to bring those in, and those kittens have been distributed around the shelters in New England, and we have some information that a lot of them, and a good percentage of them, have been adopted. But anyway, continuing with this, so they thought that they had a need to solve that there had to be a solution to it, and so they look into how to transport this pet, and then the dream came quickly a reality when the website was launched, and to provide a location where private pilots willing to provide free transport and people and organizations, rescue shelters, or other foster animal families could be connected to save the life. So let me show you the website here, and they have, if you want to order a calendar, to for a $5 donation. That will be great. That's one way you can help the cause if you wanted to, or you can directly donate to it too. So so there are about 6,000 volunteer pilots and 12,000 non-pilots that come together through Pilots N Paws. And they have saved thousands of lives, averaging flights for more than 15,000 animals each year, actually. And the lives come from in the form of any animal that can be transported using a plane. Dogs, cats, even pigs. Oh, reptiles too. So talk about snakes on a plane. And rabbits are just a few of the animals that have been transported. So that's kind of the story. And so another way you can contribute, they have in their calendar, they have this that if you shop Amazon, you can shop at smile.amazon.com and select www Pilots N Paws organization. So you just support it by going to smile.amazon.com, choose Pilots N Paws organization, and shop for the products and prices that you find on regular amazon.com website. Purchase at smile.com, and Amazon will donate half a percentage of your purchase to Pilots N Paws. So that's another way if you want to be help. So let's take a look at the maps here. So I show you here that you can take a look at you can do trip requests here, and there's a volunteer map too. So if you click on this, you will look at the types of trips that they have undertaken. And right here you see this is what I was talking about, this particular trip from Florida, from Miami to the New England area. And let's look at it. So yeah, so they came to the New England area, and I believe they stopped in Manchester, or I think it's New Hampshire here. So that was they were involved in that. We're happy to say that. That's fantastic. So these are the ones for the last 3 months. So also you can take a look at the volunteer map here and look at the number of volunteers available throughout the country to provide flights and support. So you can filter that by pilots. Let's look at that, and you see the pilots. We're looking at the Memphis area, so we're looking at pilots in Olive Branch. So you can click on that and find out who is available there to provide a volunteer flight. You take a look at that, and there are also other resources. Important to note that there are guidelines here, the important guidelines if you are do want to become a pilot volunteer or a support volunteer. So there are guidelines over here that you want to take a look at. There's also a newsletter that you can sign up for, and they'll give you the latest news around trips and needs for rescue trips and things like that. And so you can take a look at all of that, and there are there's a lot of information if you want to get involved here in this organization and help out. So, you know, you can take a look at arranging animal transports and all that. And so, actually, let's take a look at our particular flight here. So if you come down here, we are recreating this particular flight, Golden Locks to Tennessee. So this was JC, a 70-pound golden retriever in need of an airlift across the state lines from Madison to Germantown in Tennessee, just southeast of Memphis. So there's some, that's a, you know, show that, and it's a volunteer here that accompanied JC and Jim Carney for the trip, and he was picked up there in Memphis in Olive Branch Airport. So so that's a trip we're recreating. That's the information we have on Pilots N Paws. Let's take a look actually at in the Memphis area. So there are shelters. I mean, we usually do this on every flight. We want to make sure that when the place that we fly into, we promote the pet adoption centers that are available and the pets that are up for adoption in those centers. So we're taking a look at Memphis and the Memphis area. So here is one, as the Humane Society. They have pets and dogs for adoption. So if you go to Humane Society, Memphis humane.org, and you can click if you want an adoptable cat. There are as of the weekend of the 15th and 16th, there are plenty of kittens and cats that are up for adoption. There's this is a particular one, Meowtopia. I think that's how you say it. This is where you can adopt friendly kittens and cats, and placing cats with responsible owners, and helping trap and alter and release stray feral cats, so to keep the population down, and educating the public on responsible animal ownership. That's always great. There's also Memphis Animal Services. Yes, your best friend is waiting for you. So you can take a look at that, and you know what's available and how you can help out. So that's it. That's Pilots N Paws. I will leave all the links below if you want to take a let's go back to our flight, make sure that we're doing okay here. So let's look at our temperature. 63. We're looking fine, dandy there. We're looking good on our flight monitor. Let's look at our oil pressure. Looks good. All of these look good. So far so good. Let's actually just take a look at. Oh, look at that. We're across in the sky with the contrails there. That's pretty cool. I have not seen this on Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's the first one. Actually, we target the call at 20,000 feet. That's actually a better. In about 1 minute. Why don't we set that up now? Let's go to 2000. Go to Okay. We'll just pull back on the throttle just a bit. We don't want to overspeed here. And it looks like yeah.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Yeah, so right on target.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree.
So it looks like, let's see. We would be a little bit ahead at this descent rate. Takeoff, yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, so it's 63 temperature. Let's do our checklist for descent. Okay. Plenty of checklist in here. Descent. Cowl flaps are closed. Throttle reduced. We just did that. Mixture will be enriched. Bring that here. Enrich that mixture. Yeah. And we'll monitor the performance. And cylinder head temperature at 116 minutes. Let's look at that.
Memphis approach on 125.8. Good day.
Minimum, that's 116 minimum, and
Ziggy 1123 Zulu
we'll look
Alpha
better, we'll
112
look good on that.
Memphis
All right.
approach Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree is passing 4,100 feet. Descend
23 Zulu Alpha 112 tree when comb cleared to land runway tree 6.
clear to land runway tree 6 Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree.
All right, let's get this baby configured for landing. Autopilot off. Reduce our speed here to flaps. Do our checklist. Landing. Propellers to high. That's correct. Mixture to max. Flaps as required. Landing gear and autopilot disconnect. Okay. Flaps. Landing gear. A little bit of turbulence here. What's going on? It's probably surface turbulence. Yeah. All right, last set of flaps. A little bit high on the profile, but that's okay. We should catch up. Plenty of runway here. All right, that was not bad. A little bit too much on the runway, but plenty of runway here, so we'll use it all. So make sure that JC is comfortable here.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree, turn next taxiway.
Yep, we're doing that.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree, contact ground on 121.2.
121.2 Ziggy 11.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I think JC, are you okay with that landing? All right, take that as a yes. All right, let's clean this up. After landing checklist. We'll do cow flaps opened. Flaps up. Lights as required. Ice protection off. Air conditioner is aside. Cabin heat is good. All right. After landing checklist completed. Let's just do the taxi lights. All right, that was I don't think that was bad, but yeah, I was yeah, it was way off here, so I should probably this is long airfield, so that was probably okay. Like I said, I just wanted me JC to be comfortable. All right, let's get this baby parked and contact ground. Talking too much here. Let's get going here.
Ground Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree taxi to parking.
Ziggy 1123 Zulu Alpha 112 tree taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Bravo.
Alpha Bravo, and let's.
Taxi to general aviation parking.
Never been here, so I'm
Alpha
just gonna
Bravo,
check
Ziggy
on the
1123 Zulu Alpha 112
charts here. Let's see, we want info, and so we want Alpha Bravo. So we are on Alpha, and where is Bravo? We are in Bravo, Alpha Bravo, so we'll just go Alpha and then park. Okay. I think I see our volunteer here to our left, to our right, I'm sorry. Yeah, right in front of us, right there. So it's gonna park over here. successful flight, successful recreation and transport of JC to Memphis area. So I hope you like this video. I hope you get some great information regarding Pilots N Paws and adoption centers near the Memphis area. And thank you, my friends, and as always, fly Ziggy Air.